Scams are everywhere these days, and we are all potential victims. Sadly, some scammers deliberately target older adults. The financial consequences are devastating, with billions of dollars of your hard-earned money stolen every year. This video shows you some of the different ways scammers try to steal your information and your money. By knowing what to look out for, you can protect yourself from scams. When it comes to scams, no place is more dangerous than online. In 2021, the FBI received more than 800,000 reports of cybercrime. And every year, almost half of all Americans have their financial data compromised by identity theft. Whether you're browsing online or just checking your email, here are some of the critical things to keep in mind to stay safe. First, always be careful where you click. Scammers will email you links or attachments saying you've won a prize or you need to pay a bill, or they claim there's something wrong with your account and you need tech support. Remember, do not click on links or open attachments from unknown sources. They will install malware that compromises your computer and steals your information. To protect against identity theft, your best defense is strong passwords that are hard to guess. Remember, strong passwords means a mix of letters, numbers, and special characters. And be sure to use a unique password for each account. This way, if one account gets hacked, at least the thief can't access your accounts on other websites. Another important security reminder is to never log into personal accounts when using a public computer or public Wi-Fi. Remember, without the proper security, your personal information could be visible to identity thieves. Also, keep your devices secure by only installing software and applications from trusted sources. And make sure to update your operating systems to the latest versions in order to get the most up-to-date security protection. Last but not least, always use password or facial recognition on your devices, and never leave them unattended in public. Most scammers use computers or phones to try to trick older adults into revealing personal information, like banking information, or Social Security, or Medicare numbers, or login information for websites. But you may be surprised to learn that scamming also still happens frequently by postal mail. Here's what to watch for. A common type of fraud that scammers use is to send medical equipment to a person on Medicare, such as a knee or ankle brace that the person didn't order. The scammers refuse to accept a return and demand money for the item.
But I didn't order this.
They may even bill Medicare in the person's name. Remember, never pay for medical equipment you didn't order. If you have questions about a bill or payment, or what steps to take to resolve the problem, call the Senior LinkAge Line at 800-333-2433. Another common scam is when a person on Medicare receives a letter saying they need to call a number and give personal information to receive a new Medicare card, perhaps one with a chip. The letter may look official, but it's a scam. Remember, Medicare never requires you to call and give your personal information for a new card. And there's no such thing as a Medicare card with a chip. It's a scam to get your information. Another common mail scam is actually one of the oldest in the book. It's mail theft, which can result in identity theft and much more. But there are things you can do to protect yourself. First, promptly pick up your mail. Don't leave it in the mailbox for any length of time. If you put outgoing mail in the mailbox, do it just before your mail carrier arrives each day. And if you can, get a mailbox that locks. Also, be sure to shred any mail that contains your personal information. You don't want that to fall into scammers' hands. When we think about protecting ourselves from scams, we usually think about the risk of activity online or scam phone calls. But there's a very old-fashioned type of risk that's still around today, and that's someone trying to scam you right to your face. Some scammers go door to door, trying to convince older adults to change to a Medicare plan they insist is better than what you have. This is almost never true, and beneficiaries are left with a plan that does not cover what they need. Remember, only consider Medicare plans that come from trusted sources and that you have thoroughly researched. Scammers might also approach you in public. They may claim to be doing genetic testing to screen for diseases such as cancer.
Hello, ma'am. Would you be interested in a free cancer screening?
Then they'll ask you for your personal information, such as your name, date of birth, and Medicare number. Remember, do not give your personal information to anyone who approaches you in public. If you want a medical test or procedure, always rely on your doctor. Scammers often seek potential victims over the phone, hoping to trick people into revealing their personal information, such as bank accounts or Social Security and Medicare numbers. We all get calls from unlisted numbers, but scammers are getting more sophisticated. Many use spoofing, which displays a phone number or caller ID that looks legitimate, perhaps with your area code to trick you into answering the call. Don't be fooled. Scammers often call older adults and pretend to be from a trusted organization, such as Medicare, Social Security, the IRS, a credit card company, or other business.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm calling from Medicare.
The imposter may want your personal information in order to steal your identity and gain access to your accounts. They might offer you a free prize or say they need to update your account and then ask for your personal information.
I just need to verify some information. Can I have your Social Security number, please?
Or the imposter may say they need your information in order to send you a new Medicare Gold card with a chip. Remember, don't answer calls from numbers you don't recognize. Medicare and other legitimate organizations will never call you to ask for your personal information. It's always a scam. Medicare does not offer prizes for updating your information. And there are no gold Medicare cards with chips in them. Scammers want your information. Don't give it to them. Another phone scam is when imposters call and try to get your money. They may say you have a past due bill that needs to be paid over the phone. Again, they may pretend to be from Medicare, the IRS, or a business or charity that you trust. They may even pretend to be your family member. Often these imposters sound convincing, which tricks people into sending money. But remember, legitimate organizations will never call you to ask for money over the phone. Bills are always sent online or by mail. If someone is asking for money over the phone, it's a scam. If you have questions or would like more information about how to protect yourself from scams, call the Senior LinkAge Line at 800-333-2433 or visit us online.